An interesting topic, and I think this question will come to you when you get into systems, specifically when we talk about how do you build a website. And like when you start building your websites and your funnel and your email list and lead generation, when you do all sorts of those things and you start recording courses, and when you actually start doing things in terms of system creation, course creation, when you start getting onto that level, this question will be like how to choose your brand logo color. Now, there are two things that I mentioned. Brand is a separate thing, logo is a separate thing. We are going to talk about logo probably in a different video. We'll talk about brand color and brand theme and brand messaging, totally different topic altogether. But here we'll be talking about your brand logo color specifically. Thank you so much for joining in this video. We're going to talk about that in like 4 different points. We'll go through a journey for like next 7 to 8 minutes and just finish it off. Anyways, not in a hurry, but in that flow. Point number 1, knowing that there are levels of business development phases. You are not building an online course. Online course is a part of the whole business. I am solely focusing on training and coaching and mentoring you on how do you create a business on the coaching front of it. Okay, so business is an important element which members generally underestimate, and they typically fail because they are not focusing on the business part of it. They're so focusing on the recording and the courses because that's on the front end. That's where you have to work hard. Also, you need to take care that you are building a business, transaction, money, marketing, sales, advertisements, all the cool stuff that you know about business. We also do that as well on the back end of it, which is not generally spoken in the community, but then that's how we have to operate, like business coaching. Business is a huge subject altogether. So anyway, so there are a lot of phases in how you build a business. I'll give you a small example for you to understand. When, for example, if you think of a mall that was designed and inaugurated in front of you. You need not have to be there personally, but then think of back in my childhood, there was this one mall open back in Jeddah called Gigant, which opened, but did they had all the shops open on the first go? No, they just inaugurated the whole mall first. Like, okay, mall's open from 15th of Feb. Okay, the mall is open. Probably few restaurants and a food court is open. Probably playing area for kids are open. Probably few shops are open, and everything else is coming soon. Everything else is coming soon because they are building. They cannot open a full-fledged mall with all the shops in it. It's not possible. It's not even practical. You open phase by phase by phase. Point being, your business will happen in phases. Phase number 1, phase number 2, phase number 3. Don't make the mistakes that I made. One of the mistakes I did was I wanted to have a merchandise, like having t-shirts and cups and mugs and whatnot, even before the launch of my courses, of my whole business idea in general. But that was the most stupidest mistake that I ever made. Probably it did not even materialized, which was great for my, and otherwise I would have had such a financial debt upon a debt. Anyways, it happens in multiple phases. Now, point being brings us to point number 2. When you want to design a logo for your brand, start simple. Simplicity is the key word for a logo because it's very important. I went to a designer way back when I started. Like, I wanted Shah Fazal as my brand name. Okay, sorted. And I wanted an olive color, not sorted. Then I wanted an olive hanging from an S, not cool. Then I wanted it in an olive color because olives are something that I really like. I'm kind of connected to olives and the color of it. It has got a great history and it tastes so nice and the color is so nice, and I just wanted to have something in, and I just wanted to have everything in terms of olive. The color, the brand, the logo, and even the S of Shah should have like, this is what I had communicated with the designer on free Fiverr. Okay, and logo has to have that tree sort of a feeling. It's like I went to so many extremes and realized that did not have to happen. When you are on the first go, you don't need to have olives. You need to have, it shouldn't be fancy. It shouldn't have to be complicated. what it has to be. Second point was simplicity. Third point is it just needs to have a name, your name, because you're building a personal brand. So the first phase is this video about, not the second phase, not the third phase, not the 10th phase. We are not bothered about that. We are starting off things. We are in the initial flow. We don't have money to spend. We are tight on budget, and we want something so affordable, and we don't even have to put brains to it, because it just doesn't matter. People don't, you are not like FIFA, you are not like F1, you are not Michael Jordan to have all those cool brand stuff like that. You're just starting off. People don't know who you are, and they don't even care about your logo, because logo is like so small sitting on the corner of it. That logo, that brand will build over time. When you have like thousands of members, flourishing members in your community, that's when probably you get into phase 2 or phase 3 or phase 4. That's where we need that brand. Logo plays like huge role in your business, like literally the huge role, but it's not the focus and the priority on the first go. Okay, so point number three is have a simple name logo. Point number 4, what color should you have? I'll give you 2 colors. You just have to pick 2 colors, whichever you resonate with. Black or white. Black or white. When you have one color, if I give you like 10 different patterns, one experience that I had when I wanted to buy a jeans, and you go to lifestyle and there are like thousands of jeans in front of you, your decision making ability goes to trash in a way. It's like it just goes away from you. It's like you're so confused, because now you've got like so many varieties of jeans in front of you. Like in blue there are like 10 varieties, and in like so many varieties confuses you. Why do you think millionaires and billionaires wear similar clothes on a daily basis? Why do you think that I started modeling that, and how that impacted my life in so many different areas just by wearing this black? I was like, okay, that's so great, that's so much fun. Anyways, point being, don't have colors, don't have that olive color or orange color. That's phase 2. We'll push it to phase 2, even phase 3. Phase 1, we need what? We need a simple name logo, and the color should be what? The color should be picked either from black or white. Why black and white? What is the logic behind? What's the reason? My reasoning behind it is like, when you want to add black color logo on anything, be it any color, it suits. The same thing goes with white. If you want to have white color on your website, on your landing page, on your funnels, on your thank you page, on your courses, on your teachable platform, on your presentations, on your YouTube videos, on your channels, it suits everywhere. Either when you pick black or white, you can fit these 2 colors anywhere. When I had my first olive colored logo, it was literally olive color logo, and that logo couldn't possibly fit in any color. You know why? I started to have the complexity of colors there. This color, olive color, specifically fits on specific colors, not on all colors. It's just not possible. And the templates that I was having, the templates that I was having from hostings and websites, it was making me go crazy. You know why? Because I chose to have olive color, and they chose to give me different colors which was in zero contrast with the brand color, and it was making my life miserable. I don't want to go through that particular curve, because it's not just the requirement and not the priority for it. That being said, 4 points. There are levels of business development, multiple phases. You need to know that first. Second thing, simplicity is a keyword, because the more simple you get in anything, the better it is for you. It helps you with the speed. It helps you with the momentum. It helps you with a lot of cool things. Point number 3 is just have a name logo. And another hack that I'll put in, that was given by my mentor, which was really, really nice. I have to come close and say like it was really cool. That was, if you have a complicated name, for example, not stereotyping anyone, but then for an example, if you feel that my Fazal Ahmad Shah is way too long, like what should I have it? A hack for it, a metric to measure for it is given by my mentor. It was so nice that I was like, dude, this is so cool. When someone gets in your elevator, when someone gets with you on an elevator and you've got like 30 seconds to make them remember the website or your brand name, what would that be? If you say Fazil Ahmad Shah, will they remember it after 10 minutes? If no, then you have to rethink of it. If they remember Shah Fazil, if yes, great. If no, then you have to rethink about it. So if you have a complicated name or something, like, if you see, there are few names which are complicated, which are so heavy and dense and intense that we possibly forget, like, even after 10 seconds. Today we went to a doctor and the receptionist said the name, we repeated the name, but then I still don't remember. It's like after 30 minutes, I was like, what was her name? I just couldn't possibly remember it. So when it comes to those type of names, what you do, think about 30 seconds. How can that person remember it? Probably give an example, analogy, whatever that is. They have a name logo. Fourth one, pick a color between black and white. I think it boils down to the answer, like either pick black and white color for the logo. Thank you so much. That was the whole point of the whole video. And again, I think we went through the process of first the mindset part of it, the science of it, the art and science. Thank you so much for making this topic me and the video slash podcast a part of your day. I'm going to see you in another video.
وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيم.